So we're going to try to give the monster a little bit of character, and at this point, everyone's is probably going to look different. So I'm going to give you some things that I'm going to do. You don't have to do the same things. My first thing is to take the look at control, and I'm going to animate its translate Y2. Let's make sure I'm doing that at frame 1. Then at frame 6, because we're moving down, we will look down a tiny bit. At frame 12, we've moved up. We'll move up. At frame 18, we're back down. And then at frame 24, we come back to 0. And that gives me a little bit more emphasis on the jump. I don't really like overlapping actions all that much, so I may take some of these keyframes and offset them. Especially this frame at 24, I'm going to move it out a few frames. Maybe we'll put it at frame 30, and now the head will keep moving after the monster settles. That gives it just a tiny bit more life. Similarly, maybe this frame at 12 I will have happen a little bit earlier. Let's have it happen at 10, and that way it's going to hit the apex of its jump and it'll already be looking down. You might like that, you might not. Most of this is to taste, so you can do whatever you want here. Another thing that I can do is I can take this root control and I can start offsetting it. So maybe I will rotate it just a tiny bit along Z. And now what's happening is the legs are just a touch offset. So this keyframe I really probably should have put at 6. So I'll move it out there, and here at frame 1 I'm going to 0 that out. And now it'll sink further into one hip. As it springs up, I'll reverse that, so one leg goes higher than the other. Then at 18, it'll sink back into that first hip. And at 24, it will again 0 out, so now I've got kind of a lopsided little jump. But to go along with that, I'm going to need to adjust the feet. So I'm going to take the foot controls, both of them, and they're going to need to do two things. They're going to need to rotate X, and they're going to need to translate Y. So I might as well set initial keyframes for them here. Maybe I will keep them both keyed here at frame 6. Then at frame 12, when we're in midair, this is where I'm going to start moving things. So I will take this right foot and I'm going to move it up and rotate it down so that I've got a nifty little foot position there. And maybe this left foot goes up but not as high, and also translates down. And then at frame 18, of course, everybody's going to 0 out on both feet. Where's my right foot control? There it is. And so we come back to standing, and now if we go through the jump, we've got that little bit of extra spring in the right foot. To add to that, I'd like to get a little bit of push-off in the left foot, and so I'm going to use the ball control, and it looks like I'm going to be rotating X again. So at 0, I'll keep it at 0, but at 6, I will start pushing it up a little bit. Then at 12, I'll 0 it back out. At 18, I will pull it back up just a little bit, and then at 24, again, I will zero it out. So now I've got that little bit of push off and that little bit of landing. And again, yours is going to look different from mine. If you don't like this, that's totally fine. If you want to go in and start offsetting keyframes, that's a great idea. You can absolutely do that. So maybe instead of frame 6, this is going to happen at frame 10. And maybe this one, first I'll move it down a little bit, and then maybe instead of frame 18, it happens at frame 20, and this one happens at frame 30. So again, we've got a little bit of extra motion. Don't be afraid if yours looks different from mine. They're all going to look different, and that's just fine. So go ahead and give your eye monster a little bit of character. When you're ready to see what the animation looks like without the controls, you can just go into your layers, turn them off, and there you go. There's your final animation. Okay. Have a great time making that. I hope you really enjoy it, and I will see you in the critiques.